Yer, as they say in New York. What's up, my people? What's up? What's up? This is Alchemistic Gold Mine. Hope everyone is doing well. It's been a little while since I posted. I'm going to the University of Life, so it's taking me a little time to get some things together, but we're working it out. So today I want to talk about your new year that's coming up. See, I think people are doing it wrong. Everybody wants to do a New Year's resolution. They're trying to change an external factor. But everything that we know in terms of metaphysics is things are changed from within. So how do you do that? Using alchemy. So here's the thing. The formula is that people follow is I have to have something, to be something, to get something done. I have to have something. In other words, I got to have a Mercedes, so I can be somebody and I'll get a lot of stuff done. I got to have the bad house and the bad crib or whatever it is. And I got to have the money to be somebody to get something done. But that's the wrong way to approach it. It's actually backwards. What you want to do is you want to be something. Then you do something, and then you will have it. The having is a result from cause and effect. You create the cause, and then you reap the effect. You don't have the fruit in order to have the seed and plant it. It's not backwards. It always follows this law in this particular reality. So, what am I getting at? Well, you want to be, everybody wants to be wealthy, right? Or not everybody, maybe, whatever you want. Let's use wealthy, right? The way to approach it, and I'm finding this out, the way to approach it is how do I act? What does me being wealthy mean? How do I act like a wealthy person? You have to, it's almost like Neville Goddard said, you have to act like it. You have to be it. And what are the behaviors that elicit me being wealthy? What are the behaviors in me being successful? What do I have to do to be successful? Well, let's pick three. Maybe one of them is discipline. You have to be disciplined. So what does discipline entail? Maybe you have to be more frugal with your spending. Maybe you have to be more disciplined or writing things down, which is really difficult for me because I have a ledger and I'm starting to write things down and figure things out. But if you write things down, you'll see it blows your mind because you say, wow, and then money shows up. You start respecting it, right? But have to be more disciplined. Discipline also about your time, maybe. You're not going to be hanging on the phone with your girlfriends or, hanging out with the fellas, or going out to the club or whatever you're doing, or be shooting on the court, going shooting the court or sitting around on Facebook or playing video games that not going to teach you anything. One of the things, a lot of people talk about Corinne Steffen, and I'm going to tell you one thing I respect about her. This young man asked her one time when she was making a speech, what is the thing that you think that makes people successful? And she said, everything that you do must move you in the direction of your goals. If it does not move you in the direction of your goals, don't do it. Everything that you do, from the thing you get up in the morning to when you go to bed, must be something that is moving you in the direction of your goals. I thought that was platinum. She's cool in my book for that. So that's the next thing. So you want to be disciplined with your time, perhaps. You want to be very mindful of your situation, your bills, your economics, all that type of thing. Be mindful of things. So those are three things. Maybe the discipline with the money, discipline with the time, mindful of your situation. Let me tell you something. If you want to be a billionaire, if you want to be a millionaire, and you can't balance your checkbook, you got a problem. If you can't control your spending habits, if you can't control yourself, then how are you going to control a business? A business is a corporation, or a business is an entity. You know what an entity is? A corp means body. It is literally a living being that exists within this reality, within this economic system. It is a being. So it's literally like having a child. So if you cannot manage yourself, how are you going to manage a business? If you can't balance a checkbook, what are you going to do? How are you going to work a business? You have to learn how to be a certain way. Okay, that's just business. Say I wanted to be, I don't know, I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a musician, perhaps, right? Which is right up my alley. You're not going to be a musician if you don't practice. There are certain habits, and that's another thing. What is it? The Habit, The Power of Habit. I'm trying to remember what the name of the book is. The book on habits that's out. Get that book. Okay, I'm going to talk about that later. Your habits will define you. Okay, and they define who you are as a person. So you must develop yourself as a person. What are the characteristics that I need to be in order to have these things? I'm going to do this, and I'm going to have $50,000 next year, whatever it is. I'm going to have a vacation, la la la, whatever. What you need to do is really be an alchemist and take all the negative traits that you have over here and move them over here. What does an alchemist do? Because say this is cold and this is hot, right? Over here. Cold and hot are the same thing, but just different degrees. So you have to move yourself by degree to over here. You're not going to be, you're not going to be this mega musician or whatever it is you want to be overnight. You must move by degrees. There are certain things that steps and habits and behaviors, to make yourself, the object is not to acquire something externally. The object is to work on yourself. Okay. And you do that by certain behaviors and changing yourself. So I'm going to bring this book up. This book, Psycho-Cybernetics. Get it. This is one of the first self-help books that was ever put out. And it deals with what it was there was a guy, he was a plastic surgeon, he was Maxwell Maltz. He noticed that when people, he changed their outer appearance and he changed certain things about themselves, they changed. Okay. He noticed that that the self-image can be changed from within by visualizing yourself being that person. Okay. It's not really visualizing yourself having something. It's visualizing yourself being something. And this goes right back to what Neville Goddard was talking about. Neville Goddard said you got to be the person. You got to live in the end. And what he was talking about was you have to be the person. Here's another good thing. So if you have the aspiration to be a great piano player, it's in you. You have to find that. You have to find what drives you, what moves you to do that. And stick with it. That is the hard part. That is the part, the behavior. That is changing yourself as a person. So if I'm not a early riser, then what you do is you work on that. And that's what you work on. You don't work on chasing, I've got to be able to do this and this and this and this. What you have to do is work on yourself as a person. Change the way you look at yourself. Do you look at yourself as being a failure? Or do you look at yourself as being a success? You have to change the way you look at stuff. You have to rewire your brain and literally make yourself a new person. You work on yourself as a person. What is it how kind of person do I have to be to attain what I want to do? What kind of person does that? Another thing that there's a book, Tony Robbins had a book called Unlimited Power. And one of the things he said, there's a thing called modeling. And what modeling is say you want to, my thing is music. So John Scofield, you wanted to be John Scofield. So what I would do is go and find out what John Scofield did. And I would do it. I know this works because I did it studying Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix used to take his guitar and used to carry it everywhere and play all the time. When I did that for a year, my playing just went like that. Okay? So you find out what the things that people that you admire do, and you do those things. Even to the point it can get crazy. Like in neurolinguistic programming, they have you standing like people. What does a successful person stand like? You know, you model yourself from the inside out. You alter your software, right? The software. So you have the electricity, which runs the machine. You have the software and you have the hardware. You never change anything. You change a computer by changing the, you don't change it by changing the hardware or what the computer will do to a certain extent. You change it from the software. So you have to change your thinking and your behavior and who you are. You have to literally become a new person. Now, since you are not this personality in this body, you can literally shift yourself into another personality. What type of personality do I want to have to be this person, right? That's what you work on. You work on yourself. You don't go, oh, the way you think about it is, well, I don't want to be fat. Okay. Well, that's kind of general. I don't want to be a fat person. Okay. So you don't want to be a fat person. Well, what does a thin person do? What does a person in shape do? Well, what is their behaviors and what kind of person are they? Okay. So let's say you have to be disciplined. You have to know what you want. You have to be able to visualize, You have to be disciplined, you have to be focused, and you have to have tenacity. You have to continue to do it. Even when you fail, if you miss 2 weeks at the gym, get right back in the gym. Okay? If you miss 2 months in the gym, get right back in the gym. I got to get right back in the gym. I had an injury and I'm out of the gym, but I'm going right back in the gym. You have to have tenacity. That's what people who are in shape have, is tenacity. They have discipline, they have tenacity, and they focus and they know what they want. Okay? So those are the characteristics you develop to get the external result. Not, oh, I have to, I can't eat cake and, I've got to go on a diet and la la la. You're focusing on the external thing. But what you have to focus on, okay, this is the kind of person I got to be. I got to have tenacity. I've got to have discipline over myself. I've got to know what I want. I've got to have focus. You work on your behavior, on not necessarily behavior, but what controls behavior. The person who controls the behavior, not the behavior itself. Okay. This is off the dome. This is off the deck. I was just walking a dog, my friend's dog, and I came up with this. So I hope this is helpful for the new year. I want to wish everyone a happy new year. I want to, again, apologize. I'm not posting all the time, but I'm riding my dragons and I'm dealing with some things of my own. And we're going to make it. We're going to make it. I appreciate, all your comments, any suggestions. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Please contribute so that I can build this channel. I've been working on this channel and working on building myself. That's another example. What do I have to do to be a successful YouTuber? There's certain things that I have to change about myself. Or certain, my personality, what I am, I'm going to have to work on that. So I just want to wish you all happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. I hope your family's safe. I hope everyone is okay. And hit the bell, hit the like, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not very good at that kind of thing. Again, I'm new to this, but please, if you're so inclined, hit that. I'm just trying to give you what little bit of knowledge and things that I've picked up over the years. So with that in mind, don't slay your dragons, ride them.